Hey, hi, hello. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Jess, and what is this video titled? I am unsure, but it's something about Goodreads, right? Okay. I don't know what time you're watching this, but this was a big old project amongst multiple booktubers that I will link down below, that all had a certain genre / category from the Goodreads Choice Awards. And so we were tasked with taking the last 10 years of winners and reading those and talking about them of Goodreads, right? So I said yes. Was this just Bethany who created it? Also Izzy? Unsure. I'll find out. Anyway, Bethany asked me, was this in November or December? And this is when I still was not setting good boundaries and committing to things that I shouldn't have. This is not on them, this is on me, okay? But I was like, yeah! Now y'all know what's been going on with my reading. It's been non-existent. But that does not mean I did not read some of these and start others and have thoughts. So Bethany was like, don't feel pressure. I'm like, oh no. Oh my God, Nigel. Oh, see, blueberries give him gas. I gotta stop giving him blueberries. I was like, I got things to say. I got stuff to say. So, okay, we're gonna go in year order and start at 2013 with Ocean at the End of the Lane by Neil Gaiman. Okay, I started this audiobook, fell asleep. This happened multiple times. Put it on pause. When I went on my trip, I was like, okay, I had long layover. So on one part of it, when I wasn't listening to, or after I had finished Spare, so this was on my way back home, that I was like, let me try this again because I have hours in this lounge and I need to listen to this audiobook. I forgot how much I got through and I just was like, I do not care. Did Neil Gaiman write A Monster Calls? Or was that somebody else? No, that was Patrick. That was Patrick Ness, right? A Monster Calls? Hold on. Oh my God. When aren't Goodreads servers down? Like, God damn. A Monster Calls. Patrick Ness. Okay, I always get that confused for some reason. Okay, I've not had a good track record with Neil Gaiman before this, and now it's worse. So that was boring. I didn't get the point of it. With this man looking back at his youth and this girl that lived next to him or something. I think I got to like 40% and I still was like, what? Because I would hear it, but it would just go like that. I wasn't absorbed. Neil, I'm sorry, Leanna, if you're watching this or anybody else, Neil Gaiman is boring. He is so boring. I cannot do it. 2014, The Book of Life. Now this is by Deborah Harkness, second book after A Discovery of Witches, which I have read. No, this is the third one. So there's A Discovery of Witches, there's Book of Shadow Night, Shadow of the Night, Book of the Shadow Night, Book of Night, something like that. Okay, I liked A Discovery of Witches, although I said it was too long, so I continued and I went to the second one. It was dragging me down because that one's set in a different time. And okay, yes, Miss Girl, you did your research, that's great, but like, this is too much. You're giving me too much. You're giving me Diana Gabaldon. I didn't ask for all of this. So it just felt like a history book. And I DNF'd it from reading it with my eyeballs. Got the audiobook. Snooze fest. Put it down. Saw this was on the list. Was like, let me get back to it so I can read the third one. Boring again. So I didn't even get to the third one. It's literally, someone once said that it was like a grown-up Twilight. Yes, it is. I can't. So I didn't get to it. They're too long. Deborah or Diana, whatever her name is. They're too long. Those things could have been like cut in half. At least a third of it cut out. It's absurd. I'm just like, I do not care. Boring. So didn't get to that one. Trigger warning by Neil Gaiman for 2015. What is wrong with people? Neil Gaiman, spoiler alert, is on here thrice. 3 times. 3 times. I hate it for me. Trigger warning was a set of short stories. A book of short stories And every story I listened to, I was like, well, what's the point of this? Which the intro had me intrigued because he was talking about the concept of trigger warning and now how that's been applied with books, and saying that he, people should make their own decision, but that he was going to, then he started that book with like, here's a warning about the content that's going to be on this book. But I was not understanding from the stories what that had to do with the title trigger warning. Granted, this is still before I'm really acknowledging that I am really in a slump. So I just don't think my brain was processing anything well, but still was not interested. I don't like short stories that much anyway. Neil Gaiman is boring to me. DNF'd. Next, the winner in 2016 was Harry Potter and the Cursed Child screenplay. Not reading that. So the runner-up was A Gathering of Shadows by Victoria Schwab. Lord have mercy. I read A Darker Shade of Magic a couple of years ago. It was fine. Very middle of the road. Kel had a coat. Lila got on my nerves. I was like, I don't know. I feel like this could have been a standalone. So then I attempted the second one. Boring! And Lila Bard? We're spending the majority of the book with Lila Bard? No, thank you. DNF'd. No. 2017. Winner, Fantastic Beasts screenplay. Didn't read that. Runner-up, Neil Gaiman, Norse Mythology. Now, I didn't read this. I didn't even attempt to read it because I was like, Neil, we've already had our 2 chances in this project, and I'm fed up with you. Now, I know Andrew has read it, and he doesn't read many things. He listened to the audiobook on 1 time speed, 1.0. He listened to the audiobook. I didn't know if I was going to make it out of that car ride. I was like, what are you listening to and why is it so slow? If y'all see white specks, mind your business, because we've been painting and it's everywhere. 1.0. So he better have a good recollection of that for how long it took him to listen to it. But I was like, no, Neil, we're through. Because I read something else by Neil Gaiman, like I did finish it a couple years ago and it was fine. So trigger warning was the third strike. I'm like, no more. I'm not doing this no more. I'm not suffering for you, Neil. You seem like a cool guy, but I don't want to read your work. So I didn't even attempt that. If I can get Andrew to tell me about Neil Gaiman, I'll film a clip of him telling you about it, and we'll be on our merry way. 2018, Circe by Madeline Miller. Look, do y'all know how I feel about, what's that other one that everybody likes with the men? That blue one? The Heel of Achilles? The Song of Achilles, whatever, him. Boring. Same with Circe. Boring. It's like a really well-written textbook. DNF'd it because I was bored. Mixed with not processing things. I know you're like, Jessica, what'd you make this video for? Shut up, okay? Because I can. 2019, Ninth House. Now, I did read this. I read it in 2019. Yes. In 2019, I read Ninth House. I was not reading it again. No. I think Ninth House is terrible. Before that, I was like, oh my God, I really want Leigh Bardugo to write an adult book. So I was excited about Ninth House. And, oh wow, why is my mouse on? Ew, why is my computer on? I don't want to see this computer, this work computer. Gross. I thought Ninth House was too long. It's like 500 something pages. It is bloated with, extra shit about Yale that we don't need to know, but Lee wanted you to know that she went to Yale. I was like, we get it, girl. Great. I'm really, really proud of you, but I don't care about that in this book. Main character, Galaxy Stern, sucked. She was never in fucking school. Like, I hated it. The things that made it more adult were so unnecessarily gross. Like, gross does not equal adult. That was disgusting. Like, you didn't need to do that. The only character I cared about was missing for more than half the book. And I'm tempted to borrow the second one from the library just to figure out what happened to him. But, like, I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? There was just the villain monologues at the end of the book. It was like fantasy, murder, mystery, historical. I don't know. It was a mess. And I don't get how people enjoyed it so much. I think like the secret society thing seemed cool, but it was just so, it didn't give. And so Ninth House sucked, but of course it won that year. And you know what won the next year? 2020, A House of Earth and Blood. Is it A House of Earth and Blood? A House of Sky and whatever. The first one in the Crescent City thingy by Sarah Janet. Of fucking course it did. Oh my God. Have I read that yet? No, but I have started it and I'm going to finish it, and that's going to be a separate video. You should tune in. And then lastly, 2021, of course, A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah Janet, which I also read. Well, I said also. I did not read A House of Sky of Sky Breath, A House of Earth and Blood. I didn't read that, but I meant also from 9th house. Whatever. 2021, A Court of Silver Flames. Now, I have a video, probably one of my most popular videos I ever filmed, because I thought that was not good. Ugh. But also it's focusing on fucking Nesta, who's the fucking worst. And I just really need Sarah Janet to, like, I need her to get some new words for anatomy, because the things she be saying be killing me. Like, how did Miss Girl impale herself on this velvet wrap steel? Impale? That sounds disgustingly painful. I hate it. It was so long because she does not, no one's editing those books. I'm sorry. I would put money on it. No one's editing those books. And they're just so long. Because A House of Sky and Breath or whatever, her Earth and Blood is like 800, 700 pages. And I think A Court of Silver Flames is like the same thing, 600, 700 pages. Like, girl, come on. This is absurd. Give it up. Cut this down. Like, it was so much in Silver Flames was ridiculous. The anatomy changing of Feyre and how Rhys was acting. But oh, Tamlin's still the worst. But here Rhys was over here not giving his wife, or excuse me, mate, information about her own body. Okay, but Tamlin is the worst. Justice for Tammy. Also, where is Lucian's book? Where's that? That's the one I care about. But yeah, no amount of nothing is going to make me feel bad for Nesta. Okay, yes, you had trauma. So did your sisters. They're not fucking bitches like you are. Drinking up, being unappreciative about your sister and her husband paying for all of these things and being stubborn and stupid. And oh, I love when people are like, oh, it was such a good representation of healing and mental health. I'm like, oh yeah, I guess if you think that all you need to do is work out and then, wow, your mental health is fixed. Spare me. Spare me. Hated it. So really why I wanted to film this video was to let's look at all the winners, shall we? Let's look at the winners. Over the last 10 years, white man, white woman, white man, white woman, white woman, white woman, white man. Madeline Miller? White woman? White woman, white woman, white woman. Ha! Ha! Are we surprised? No. But just when I saw this was the list, I was like, this is terrible. If someone asked for a list of books, like 10 fantasy books to recommend or to read, and this was the list that was given to them, this is the adult fantasy list, this is horrible. One, Neil Gaiman is on here 3 times if you take out that the Harry Potter ones are on here, and he's boring. I'm sorry, Neil Gaiman is boring, and he's just not the pinnacle of what I think fantasy. I think he's more like, is he magical realism? I don't know, whatever. And like, Ninth House to me wasn't giving a lot of fantasy. It was just giving a little paranormal mystery. And then of course, like, sure, Sarah Janet is fantasy and Shadows of Gatherings or whatever. And the Book of Life. But like, so many of these books are bloated, overwritten, so long, or terribly written. And it just goes to show you that what we already knew. Goodreads awards are a joke. And they are not very representative. They're just not very representative. I mean, obviously they won because there was a lot of people who either planned to read it, liked the author, or read the book and liked it. I'm not saying that these aren't popular things. I'm just saying, like, you know, people usually go for top. So if you Google like best fantasy and you come across this Goodreads list and this is all people see, terrible. Now I wish that I had taken the time to go back and look at books released in those years to give what I think should be winners. If I have the energy to do that, I'll go back. Although in 2013, 2014, 2015, I wasn't really reading then. But maybe I've read them since then. But I will go back because I'm about to go back and get in my bed and I can look through the years and then let you know what I would have had as the winners for these years, because this list is terrible. And I know people love Cersei. I know people love Higher Breath and Earth or whatever, Court of Silver Flames. I know people love these things. I'm just saying that this is not a good representation of fantasy. And I think this is a terrible list. And that there's so much more out there that's way better. So anyway, I know that my video was the least informative because I didn't read half of these. I did start most of them. And if I didn't read them previously, I did read some of the only ones I did not start were Norse Mythology and the Book of Life. The rest of them I started and read a part of, and then I'm still working on A House of Earth and Blood. Because let me say something about Sarah J. and her books are easy to read, okay? They're not rocket science. It's not deep. They're easy to read, so I'm going to continue, but I did not finish time for this video. Anyway, I think this is Valentine's Day in the United States. Is that celebrated anywhere else? All I know is all of you are my Valentine. I love you so much. Thank you for constantly and consistently supporting me, even when I'm like, you know what I'm saying? And now it is 6:45 on a Sunday, so I'm gonna go get in bed and start my Sunday scaries. Actually, I'm not gonna think about that till probably like 10 o'clock. So right now, whatever, because I don't go to bed till late. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any opinions on the books that I talked about, definitely let me know below. You're not going to convince me that Neil Gaiman is great. You're not, but you can try. Actually, I wouldn't waste your breath. But anyway, just, you know, tell me whatever you want to tell me. And watch everybody else's video because they actually did reading because they know how to read. I don't. But that's it. So stay blessed, hydrated, moisturized, and sunscreen. And do I have something else? I think that's it. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.